this is for the people who need to think when they go to a club. Okay, if you're going to a club and you hear last call for alcohol, that is your time to vacate the premises. Never leave a club when it's 2 o'clock, 2:30, when the crowd is leaving with you, because 9 times out of 10, I don't even say 9 times out of 10 because you never know what's going to happen that particular day. But if you leave early, it eliminates from you pretty much getting harmed in the parking lot. So, for instance, I think his name was what was his name? Um, what is this guy's name? Z the Wizard. Z the Wizard, who just got shot um, the other day um, in the club. But I think he could eliminate him getting shot in the club if he would have left early from the club. So, and I also learned, don't, it's easy for a person to be targeted if you go out on Halloween. A lot of people don't know how many people get killed on Halloween because you don't know who has that mask on when you get shot or stabbed up. So it's good to stay in the house on Halloween. I seen it happen to Alpo. I think the dude who shot him too on Halloween had a mask on. So they still really can't figure out who did it. So these are my words of wisdom. Last call of alcohol. When you hear that in the club, leave immediately. Don't wait for the crowd to leave, because the parking lot, anything can go down. Yep, Halloween is bad. Yep, it's true. It's true. A lot of people, it don't dawn on a lot of people. I was actually gonna go. I don't go to clubs. That's cool. That's cool. It's cool to stay in the house, but it's also good to be social too. So you can observe what's going on around you, and you're in the times. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in the times. Remember, you're not in the times, and you just on your couch watching TV all the time. You're not really absorbing culture. You need to observe culture. Wherever city that you go, you need to observe it. You know what I'm saying? My fault. Absorb it. Absorb it. Absorb culture. Okay? So, yeah. But I was supposed to go to a like clubs and go to the clubs. That's cool. That's cool about clubs. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So I mean, you can also use the alternative as when you're going out on dates, going to restaurants, going to museums. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it's cool. It's cool. Yes, it's king. Yes, no doubt. Yes, yes, yes. Everything is good. Yes, yes. Um, what was I trying? What was I getting at? Um, oh, I was supposed to go to a concert. EPMD, um, Slick Rick, Rakim, um, KRS-One. Now I went to one before in Detroit. It was KRS-One, Slick Rick, and Rakim, Chub Rock, JJ Fad, all of that. I watched them, right? That was a good concert. But I wanted to go back when EPMD was there, but I didn't go back because it was Halloween. So I know, on Halloween, anything could go down. So, you be in the parking lot, somebody got a clown suit on, nose, makeup, you don't know who that person is. And it's hard to identify the person if somebody is with me and, if I get hurt. So that's what I'm saying. You got to always watch out for Halloween, and always leave not always leave the club when you hear last call for alcohol, no matter how hot the girl is that you want and you want to take her home. Get her number, call her after you leave. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all hook up. No matter what man is hot and you want to hook up with him at the club afterwards, you leave the club early. Last call for alcohol, so you don't be in the parking lot when something stupid goes down. Because people like to hit people. They'll wait all week and have envy for this person and say, I'm gonna wait for this person to come out the club and then I'm gonna light him up. So last call for alcohol. Make sure y'all leave when you hear that, because you're not in the parking lot with everybody else. And also, when you're in the parking lot with everybody else, it's hard to identify who actually shot you or stabbed you because you're coming in with a crowd. But if you eliminate the crowd when you leave the club early. Yes, it's real. It's real. Love, I'm glad you like how I stream. Because I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to save some people's lives. This is true wisdom. This is true wisdom. So it's real. Yep. Yep. It's real. I learned that early too, because I've been in some fights. I'm gonna tell you about this fight that I got into. Okay, this is what happened. My sister was messing with this dude, and his name is Curtis. Okay, I'm just gonna say his name. All right, sister was messing with this dude, and I end up knocking him out. Right. So then I haven't seen him in a long time, and then he found out where I was living at. And when he found out where I was living at, I heard a knock on the door, and I found out from my dad. He said, "Never." This is another one. Never answer the door unless you know who's at that door. Don't suspect the person that's knocking on the door is who you think it might be. Never answer the door until you see who's at the door. All right. And I'm going into story form so you understand. Okay. This is what happened. He, Curtis, the dude I knocked out, right? He's knocking on my new girlfriend's house back door. I go all the way up, but I didn't know it was him. I go all the way up the steps, and I look in the window, and I look down. As I look down, I see it's Curtis, right? Okay, I was like, man, that's Curtis. I ain't answered the door because why would I answer the door when I just knocked him out? So, okay, cool. Okay, so then that weekend, I go out to a club. I go to a club. When I go to the club, this dude who has the same birthday as me named Arthur. Arthur stops me in the club. He said, hey, man, Curtis is in here. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, Curtis in here, and he said he gonna kill you tonight. I said, he said he gonna kill me? So soon as he told me that, I hurried up and figured out where Curtis was, right? And soon as I figured out where Curtis was, I rushed Curtis, and I knocked him out again. And guess what? A gun flew out of his jacket onto the floor, and then by the stampedes of everybody running around, the gun slid across the floor, and somebody in Curtis' family threw one of those candles. It's like a red candle that was on the table, threw it straight at my head. I ducked, and then I went out the back door. When I went out the back door, I went in to one of my close family members' car, because I said, hey man, these guys gonna be looking for me or whatever. Can I just duck in the car for a minute, because I know he got some people with him or whatever, and I knew there was a gun, so he might have picked up that gun again. He was like, yeah, cool, get in the back seat. So he drove me all the way back to my girl's house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, like I said, that's a story right there. That's another one. Don't ever open the door unless you know who's at that door. It can be a pizza person. It could be a pizza. Somebody knock on the door and say, "Hey, Domino's," and you like, hold up, Domino's. I know you ordered Domino's, but is that the person at the door really? That's Domino's? Because once you open that door, you're done. Especially because it takes you a minute, even if you got a gun, it takes you a minute to go get the gun. But if that door is open, you're done. Because 9 times out of 10, when you hear Domino's or you hear a place of business, you're going to open up the door, and whoever had it in for you, you're done. I also watched the story before where it's, you know how you can easily be tricked? This is for women. This is for women. So all the women in here right now, you better listen to this and listen to this close. All right. I watched the story one time where this dude was married to his woman for a long time, right? She claimed he loved her, right? But then he started messing with another woman, and he fell in love with the other woman, but he wanted his wife dead. So what he did was he hired a hitman to knock on her door with flowers. Because you know, if a woman sees flowers, she's like, oh my God, he bought me flowers. He loves me, right? No. She opened that door when she seen those flowers and he lit her ass up. So don't be fooled by somebody coming and knocking on your door with flowers either. You know? Don't be fooled. Yes, this is real. This is real. Don't be fooled by people who come to your house and knock on your door with flowers. Make sure you see and you identify who that is at the door too before you open that door. Because if not, that could be the last day you are on earth. Okay? That's some real. That's real.